Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott Pierce. If you have been following my West African travel series, you know I recently completed a 7-day journey across 4 countries: Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. Now, while each of these countries had their own beauty, food, language, and vibe, one question kept coming to my mind: which country had the friendliest people? So in this video, I'm ranking these 4 countries based on my personal experience. Who smiled the most, who offered help without asking, how tourists are treated, and just that overall warmth you feel when you're around locals. Of course, this is not to generalize an entire country or culture. It's just my honest take based on a short trip. And I'll do my best to be fair, respectful, and real. So, let's get into it. And stick around till the end because my number one might surprise you. Alright, coming in at number 4 on my list is Togo. Now let me be very clear, Togolese people are not unfriendly, but compared to the other countries I visited, maybe it was the language barrier because French is dominant and I don't speak much of it. Or maybe I just didn't have enough time to connect with the locals. When I arrived in Lome, it was very late and things were moving fast. Most people I interacted with were focused on business, from taxi drivers to hotel staff. They weren't rude at all, but it was more of a strictly transactional kind of vibe. No one was hostile, but I also didn't get that "you're welcome here" feeling as much as I did in the other countries. Again, I could just be probably a bad timing or limited interaction. But for this trip, Togo lands at number 4. At number 3, I have Ivory Coast. Abidjan is a big modern city, fast-paced, organized, and definitely more cosmopolitan than most cities I visited on this trip. And with that comes with a bit of big city energy, if you know what I mean. People were helpful. In fact, we got lost when we first arrived, and it was a group of Nigerians living in Abidjan who came through and helped us find a great Airbnb. That moment alone really stood out. However, when it comes to the Ivorians themselves, I'd say the friendliness was more on the professional side. Polite, efficient, respectful, but not overly warm or engaging. It's like they're used to tourist foreigners, so there's less curiosity. But here's what I loved. They gave you space, no pressure, no one following you around trying to sell something. And that, in a way, is its own kind of hospitality. So for me, Ivory Coast ranks 3rd. A bit more formal, but still very safe and welcoming. Now, Ghana takes the 2nd spot, and honestly, it was close. From the moment I got to Accra, I felt that good energy. Ghanaians are naturally easygoing, polite, and there's a calmness in how they approach you. Even though I didn't stay long, I had great experiences with drivers, hotel staff, and just regular people around the market. They are helpful without being pushy, and they are used to tourists, so they know how to engage respectfully. I remember one moment clearly. We were walking near Accra Polytechnic, a bit confused about directions, and a group of locals literally stopped what they were doing just to help us, even though they knew we weren't going to buy anything or give them anything in return. Also, English being the official language helped a lot. Conversation flowed naturally, and I didn't have to rely on translation or gestures like I did in other places. So yeah, Ghana gets a solid 2nd place for friendliness. Calm, chill, and real. And finally, number 1. The country that left the biggest impression on me when it comes to the warmth and friendliness is Benin Republic. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I didn't know much about Benin before I arrived, but wow, the people here just blew me away. From the hotel staff at Hotel Safari in Cotonou to random strangers on the street, I felt like everyone was genuinely kind. And not just because I was a tourist, but because that's just who they are. Even with the language barrier, since they mostly speak French, they still try to communicate with a smile and gesture and patience. At one point, I was trying to find an ATM and a motorbike rider literally parked his bike, walked with me down to the road and showed me where it was, without asking me for money or expecting anything in return. That moment really stuck with me. Also, Locals in Cotonou seemed really curious and proud to share their culture. They had asked where I'm from, what I think of the country, and they did it in such a genuine way. Not trying to sell anything, just having a real conversation. Benin Republic wins this one for me, not just for kindness, but for the effortless warmth. So there you have it, my personal ranking of the friendliest people in West Africa, based on my recent 7-day trip. From the calm kindness of Ghana, the urban politeness of Ivory Coast, the quiet focus of Togo, to the warmth welcoming spirit of Benin, each country had something special. And of course, this is just one man's experience over a short period. You might go and have a totally different story, and that's the beauty of traveling. Let me know in the comment section, have you been to any of these countries? What was your experience like with these locals? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I've got more honest travel content coming your way very soon. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.